Hello everybody. It has been a long ass time since I have put up a video on this channel. I'm sorry for my prolonged absence. I've just been extremely busy. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life and I haven't had a lot of time for tarot, but I'm back and I have a very good video for you. This will make up for my prolonged absence. I found an incredible deck at the used bookstore the other day here at Seekers in Toronto. It's a store that I fairly regularly go to check because they usually have really great decks now and then. They haven't had any for the longest time, but I guess I got really lucky the other day because I went in to check and they had this beauty there. The Fenestra Tarot. This is a deck that's been on my list for the longest time and oh my god, it is so beautiful. I can't wait to share it with you. As you can see, the price there, I think it was originally, what, $31? Yeah, $31, and I got it for $13.01 or $13.99 or something like that. So, incredible discount, and this was brand new. When I opened it up, the cards were still sealed in the plastic. So, yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. And I want to share it with you. So let's start going through the deck. Okay, so this deck comes in like a sleeve. So here is the box that was inside. And it comes with the sleeve. And then also inside was this really cool little insert with some info on tarot cards for, you know, people who are beginners or whatever. It's this beautiful laminated sheet with a lot of text. And this also has a spread on it. It's a Celtic cross spread. You're not going to be able to see all of it in this my webcam here, but anyway, it's this very large sheet that shows you all the positions and what the positions pertain to. So it's a really great explanation for anybody starting out in tarot who has never tried a Celtic cross spread before. It explains what the meaning of all the positions are. So that was great. And yeah, so here is the box. So before we start taking a nice leisurely stroll through this deck and I show you all the beautiful images, let me just read you the description on the back of the box here. It says, Fenestra Tarot opens the windows of personal insight through the beauty of tarot symbolism. With soothing tones and striking Art Deco motifs, Thai artist Kshatriya has creatively infused traditional tarot elements with a myriad of artistic and multicultural influences. Yeah, and you'll see that as we go through. Framed by gentle arches, the charming characters and settings of Fenestra Tarot help readers find answers to life's questions. So that is the description on the back, and let's start going through these gorgeous cards. It comes with a little white book. There's the little white book right there. And very thin, very skimpy, as is typical of all white books, but hey, it's nice that it's there, right? So here is the cover card for the Fenestra Tarot, and I just love the color palette in this deck. Like it's very muted, it's very soft and pastel-y and very feminine. It's got a very gentle vibe. It's just beautiful. So there's the cover card, and it's got some text on here about the artist and why she created the deck, her interest in tarot, all of that. And so let's start going through the major arcana. Okay, so here is the Fool card. And I really love this. The first thing I noticed about this card was the sun in the background, how it lines up with his staff. It kind of reminded me of a balloon, you know, like one of those kids' balloons. It's almost like he's trailing this balloon behind him. And I thought that was really fitting for the Fool, you know, because of that childlike energy, you know, that really positive, you know, optimistic outlook. I just thought that was so beautiful. And so there is the Fool card. Here is the Magician. Here is the High Priestess, and that's the one on the cover. She looks so regal, so regal. Oh, and before I go any further, I should show you the backing. Sorry about that. Look how beautiful that is. So beautiful. Amazing. Here is the Empress, and she definitely looks regal. Very Empressy. Here's the Emperor. Very stern Emperor. I was going through this deck with a friend of mine yesterday, and yeah, she said he looks very stern, and I totally agree. I love the rams, too. The rams on the sides of his throne there. Amazing. Here is the Hierophant, and here's where you will see the multicultural influences coming in. Because the Hierophant in Rider-Waite is it's very sort of Catholic-y looking image, and he's known as the Pope. That's another, synonym for the Hierophant card. But here he looks very Eastern with that sun in the background and these two men kneeling in front of him. They look like monks, with their shaved heads and all that. Very, very Eastern looking Hierophant. I love that. And I guess that comes from her Thai background, right? Here's the Lovers. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. I don't know why it took so long for me to get this deck. I can't understand why I didn't buy it before. Here's the Chariot. And what I really love about this card is the Sphinxes in the front. They always struck me as looking very stationary in most tarot decks. And in this deck, they look so alive. They look like they are literally physically moving along with the charioteer. And I just love that. And look at all the, the smoke and the fieriness around them. It's just so stunning. Here is Strength, and I love this Strength card. It just really shows you that love, this card just exudes love to me. The power of love and the power of gentleness and the power of patience, just that card just so exudes that whole vibe here. And you see her, that red, is that a, yeah, she's got like a red necklace on, but it's right where her heart is, right? And it looks like a big red heart to me. And she's really loving this lion, I just love it. Amazing. Here's the Hermit. And I was kind of chuckling about this when I saw it because he looks like a very youthful hermit here. He doesn't look like a really old man, even though he's got the long beard. He looks like a really young hermit. And look at his body. I mean, he's so buff and fit. This guy is in shape, So I love that. I love that. Not your typical hermit there. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. Look at the tail on the character on top of the wheel there. Oh. Here is Justice, and again, very youthful. One thing I noticed about this deck is every character in this deck is very youthful, and I really love that. You'd expect somebody on the Justice card to be kind of older, but in this case, looks like a very young man here. Here is the Hangman. Show you how he looks this way. Look at that. He is totally going with it, Oh, here is Death, and this Death card is, look at the rider on the horse here. He is scary looking. Very, very scary looking. At the skulls on the horse. And there's all the people there. This guy is really creepy looking. Love that Death card. Oh, my cat's in the window. Have to let her in a second. 1 second. Here's Temperance. So beautiful. Look at the crown there in the background and all the rays just shooting up in the background. Her foot in the water. Love it. Here's the Devil. And this guy does not look scary to me. Usually the Devil is a pretty scary character in most tarot decks, but this guy looks like he's just a party animal to me. He's just kind of like, hey, come on in, join the party. But I love how he's looming over them like that. Here's the Tower. Wow, very cataclysmic. Here is the Star. Look at that blue, blue water. Here is the Moon, which is depicted on the back of the box. This is a very, very sexy Moon card. It really embodies that whole vibe of just kind of being lost in your imagination, you know, and kind of going with it. And, you know, the nudity is like, you know, just being like completely, you know, vulnerable to whatever's going on, all the weird stuff that's going on around you kind of thing. That's the vibe I get from that Moon card. Here's the Sun, and oh, this is such a happy card. I mean, the Sun is a happy card to begin with, but this one in particular, look at the expression on that child's face. And the sun in the background, it looks like right out of a children's cartoon. You know, it just looks so happy and fun. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Here is, sorry, my cards are slipping. Here's the Judgment card. Wow. Close there. The man is the only one looking up at the angel, but the child is looking at the man. You see that? I just love it. Amazing. And finally, we have the World. Here's the World card. So that is the major arcana. Now let us get into the minor arcana. First I have to let my cat in because he's meowing at the window. Okay, so let's start going through the minor arcana. And again, what I really notice about this deck is all the court cards, again, they're very youthful. Here's the King of Swords. Like, look how young he looks. He almost looks like knight age, but he's very young. And I just love it, though. He looks so strong and so totally in control, you know, like he's got that, he's looking at you with that icy kind of, you're not going to get anything over on me look, you know. I just love it. Here's the Queen. She's like, you know, come forward. Here's the Knight. This guy looks really fierce. This guy is like plunging headlong into battle here. He's got a sword raised. He looks like he's, you know, oh, he's going to take no prisoners, this guy. Here's the Page. And again, this guy looks pretty surly. Look at the expression on his face. He's like, yeah, just try me, you know? Oh, and me and my friend we were blown away, both of us, by this card. I think this is the best Ten of Swords card I have ever seen. This is the most powerful Ten of Swords cards I've ever seen. Look at that. You can actually see the swords digging into her flesh and the red of the blood around them. Like, even though there's no blood oozing out, this looks really, I mean, this is no joke. No joke. You get the message from that card loud and clear. And again, this one too, the 9. Look at how she's just, you know, totally like just falling apart. You know, she's crying. She's, you know, almost like in the fetal position, you know. Oh, yeah. Here's the 8. I really like this one as well because it kind of suggests, like, with the ribbons going off the, you know, like off the borders, like there's part of it you can't see. It's almost like there's actually people, I get the impression there's actually people pulling on these ribbons and holding her tight, you know? That's sort of the impression I get from this. So, wow. Here is the 7. Love the expressions on these faces. Wow, this artist is amazing. Here is the 6. And this one really, to me, looks like the person in the foreground who's completely covered up there. They just look like they're totally ruined and they just need to get away, you know? You really get that sense. And that person there is their support system. Here's the 5. And I love how that guy in the background is just kind of looking back at this guy who's the victor and just kind of looking at him like, like he looks totally, you know, humbled. Here's the 4. I think this is a beautiful 4 of Swords. Beautiful. Here's the 3. Very interesting how she did the heart here with the mottled colors. I thought that was really neat. Really neat. Like there's blood in some parts of it, but not in others. It kind of, to me, it really suggests that healing that's already taking place. You know, blood has been spilled, but it's in repair right now. It's, you know, repairing itself. Here's the 2. And here's the Ace. The aces in this deck are just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Okay, so let's move on to the Wands. Here we have the King of Wands. Again, a very youthful king. This guy is like, you can just tell he's the kind of guy who the women would all swoon for. You know, he's just like so attractive, so, you know, magnetic. Here's the Queen, and she looks very, very, totally like a movie star, I think, this Queen of Wands. She reminds me of one of those old, you know, 40s movie actresses who is such a famed beauty, you know. Here's the Knight. And I love how he has his hair back, you know. He's moving forward there. He's adventurous. Not afraid of anything. And here's the Page. Beautiful Page of Wands. Here is the 10. I love this. Look at the expression again on this guy's face. You know, he's like, oh my God, I can't, you know, I got to keep pushing forward, you know, but you can tell he's like worn out. Here's the 9. Very confident expression on this guy's face. Here's the 8. Very typical 8 of Wands, but beautiful nonetheless. I don't have a lot of room to work with here, so I'm just putting these cards on a very small surface and they're all slipping off. Here's the 7. You can tell this guy's not going anywhere, right? Here's the 6. Beautiful 6 of Wands. Look how happy the guy's expression is who's standing beside him there, you know. You can tell he's really happy for him, and this person on the horse looks very grateful. It's almost like they're looking off to the side and saying, "Thank you, God," you know, like they are appreciative of their of what they have, what they've achieved. Here's the 5 of Wands. You can really see the conflict here in this one. Here's the 4. Beautiful 4 of Wands. They're just really enjoying themselves, right? Here's the 3. Very introspective 3 of Wands. I love it. Here's the 2. The person on this 2 of Wands to me looks kind of troubled. You know, yeah, that's the vibe I get from this one. And here's the Ace, another gorgeous Ace. This deck kind of reminds me of the Aquarian Tarot a bit because of the, I'll get it in a minute and show you the comparison, because I think they have that very Art Deco, Art Nouveau style, right? Here's the King of Cups. Again, very youthful, right? This guy looks so young. And look at the wave in the background. Isn't that gorgeous? The water, you know, with the water element. Here's the Queen, and again, she looks very movie starish to me. Very sophisticated and elegant and refined. That's the vibe I get from this Queen. And again, there's that wave in the back. Here's the Knight. And this one kind of surprised me, because his expression, again, looks kind of, I don't know, he looks kind of like disturbed or something, like troubled or almost angry in a way, I think. That's the vibe I get from this guy. But look at his armor. Look at the spirals on his armor, the wings on his helmet. This deck is so beautiful. I just love it so much. Here's the Page. And there he is looking down at the fish. Here's the 10. This is a beautiful 10. Look at this couple. You know, they are so happy. They're so grateful. Again, you really get that sense of gratitude from this. You know, they're just so happy to be together and have everything they have. They're really appreciative. You get that vibe. And here's the 9. Who did this guy remind me of when I was first looking at this card? Oh, Mick Jagger. That's the instant person I thought of when I saw this was Mick Jagger. I don't know why, maybe the dark hair, but I just really got that sense. He looks like a rock star to me. He looks like somebody who, you know, back in the 60s, who's just, you know, sitting back on a beanbag chair and, you know, has all his buddies around him. You know, it's just the vibe I got from it. Here's the 8. Love this 8. Look at the expression on her face. She looks so really like she's having a hard time leaving. You know, like she's really looking back and thinking about that, the history there. Here's the 7. I love the cats in that top cup there. So cute. Here's the 6. Oh my God. Total childlike nostalgia. You know, these two little kids here just hanging out, being friends, having good times. Love it. Here's the 5. And you really get the sadness in this. Really get the sadness off this guy. Here's the 4. And again, this artist did such a good job with conveying the expressions in this deck, because this guy just looks totally uninterested, you know? He looks totally bored, like, yeah, try and impress me, you know? It's not happening. Here's the 3. Love it. Girls' night out for sure here. And here is the 2. Beautiful. And here's another gorgeous ace. Look at that, you guys. Oh, stunning. Here's the King of Pentacles. Again, look at this guy. He's very stylish. And look at the bull in the background. Here's the Queen. Again, very regal. Very, very beautiful lady. You can tell she likes the finer things in life. Here's the Knight. Look at his headgear. Isn't that amazing? And his red armor. Root chakra. Here's the Page of Pentacles. Wow, these guys are very stylish. These guys look like they go to the hairdresser regularly, you know. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. And rather than showing the whole family around them, it's just this couple, this married couple, I guess, right? Here's the 9. Oh my God, I love this 9 of Pentacles. This girl here, she is a happening chick. Look at her. She looks so modern. She looks like she's wearing jeans. You know, she's wearing the sexy, form-fitting top. Her hair's all, you know, done up. She looks amazing. And I just love this youthful, really happening vibe in this 9 of Pentacles here. Awesome. Here's the 8. Yep, that is an 8 of Pentacles for sure. Working hard. Here's the 7. I love this guy, how he's just leaning on the rake and just really looking like he is pondering what he wants to do next. Really thinking things over. Here's the 6 of Pentacles. Again, I love this. Look at these two poor guys who are kneeling in front there. One guy looks just completely like bereft, and the other guy's just got his hands out waiting for the money, you know. Here's the 5 pentacles. Here's the 4. And this guy's eyes look so Egyptian. Again, there's that multicultural vibe coming through, right? He looks totally Egyptian. Here's the 3. Here is the 2. This guy looks so graceful, like a total acrobat almost. And finally, here's the Ace again. So beautiful. So I'm going to get my Aquarian Tarot and show you a comparison. And yeah, you guys can look at it too and tell me what you think about the similarity between the two. So here's the Aquarian Tarot. Here's what I mean. I'm going to show you a comparison between the Two of Swords here. Like even the color palettes are very similar. This is the Aquarian and this is the Fenestra. You see what I mean? Like they look very similar to me and they have a very similar vibe. But it's because of the Art Deco, Art Nouveau style, whatever. I'm not sure which, but very similar, right? The 10 of Cups now. So here's the 10 of Cups in the Fenestra. And here's the 10 of Cups in the Aquarian. Now, this one definitely looks softer. You know, this one definitely looks, you really get more of the happy vibe. This one is more kind of stark. I guess that would be the difference between the two. This one is more kind of stark and to the point. And this one is more emotional. It kind of brings up more emotions. You know, that's the impression I get anyway. So these are, you know, quite different but similar. Like they have a couple. That's a similarity. They're showing a couple and not the children, as you would see in the Rider-Waite, you know, the children dancing around and playing. Just a couple. But I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting, the comparison between Here's the 6 of Swords, Fenestra, and here's the 6 of Swords in the Aquarian Tarot. And very interesting that in the Aquarian Tarot, there's nobody in the boat, right? But the color palette in this deck is very similar. Like that purple here that you see in the Aquarian, that's really used quite a bit in the Fenestra. So, and this does have kind of a very similar peaceful, you know, restful, kind of getting away from it all kind of vibe. So there's those two. Here is the Hermit card, and here you can really see, like when I was talking about how the Hermit is usually so old, in the Aquarian you really get that sense of age. Like this guy is an elderly person. This guy is somebody who's been around life a long time and knows it all, and this guy is like so youthful, you know. So I wanted to show you the comparison here. Here's the 4 of Cups, and yeah, like the difference that you really see between these two is the Aquarian seems far more austere. Like I said, it's really stark. Like it just shows you, you know, the basics. You know what I mean? But in this deck, you really get the sense of the characters here. You know, like this guy just seems kind of expressionless. You know, not really, you know, emoting a lot. But this guy, you can really see it in his face. Like he is so bored, right? And here's the 7 of Pentacles. So there's the Aquarian version. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I dislike the Aquarian or, you know, like, you know, each one of these more. I mean, I love them both. I love both decks. But I just really, like, you can really see the difference in how, you know, the characters are portrayed, right? How they're presented. Like these people seem like they're frozen in time, and these people seem like they're living, moving, breathing characters. You know what I mean? That's the difference. But yeah, I see a lot of similarities and a lot of differences in both of these decks, and I love them both. I love them both. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, sorry I've been absent for so long. I haven't been making as many tarot videos as I would like, obviously, but I will try to get on here as often as I can and post videos. Thank you so much for all of you who have stuck around. I see that I haven't lost many subscribers at all. So thank you very much for being here, and rest assured I will be back, hopefully more often, and I'll definitely still be keeping this channel active and posting videos. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know below, what did you think of the Fenestra? What did you think of the comparisons between the two decks? Do you think there are a lot of similarities and a lot of differences? Let me know your thoughts. Okay guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye for now.